Week 2 of 16 and a half on my journey to getting better at Splatoon, yeah! But for real though, hi. Welcome back to my weekly breakdown where I just talk about my journey this week and give you all some of my free thinking thoughts on these 7-ish days. Feel free to leave any questions, comments, or support, and without further ado, here we go. Also, I promise it won't be as long as last time, I'll keep it more brief. Okay, for real, here we go. Anyways, brief summary of who I am, just in case you haven't seen the last few shorts or the last video, or you just stumbled upon my channel. Hello, my name is Aznbolt, but you can call me Bolt for short, and my journey right now is to get better at Splatoon, as it says in the title, but also specifically to be getting 2600 power in JP X-Rank Division, Takaroka, by the end of the year. I have 118 days, which was from I think the beginning of this month, September, until December 31st. So this is my journey. Yeah, I think that's actually it. I'm gonna be. Okay, that's not actually. All right, I'll be, you know, doing at least one little thing every day, and at the very least, I'll be just journaling every day and showing off what I've been doing to get better. And whether it's a big improvement or a small improvement for the day, I'm gonna try and improve every day where I can. And I hope y'all enjoy that journey that I end up doing in my journaling. So yeah, that's who I am. All right, sweet. That was only like a minute. Let's go. I had a second section where it's asking what this is, but I think I literally just said that in the who am I. Dude, I'm doing awesome right now. We're making some great time. Okay. All right, let's get into the breakdown of my week. We're gonna start from day 8 of 118. That one was called First VOD Review, and hopefully I'm gonna actually have the shorts playing in the background, like on somewhere on the screen, so that anyone that missed it can at least like be familiar with what it looked like. So yeah, the first VOD review, I remember it was the day after X rank that I did this, and I definitely didn't feel very great about my Urchin performance, and by that I meant I literally lost every single Urchin game. I think I played like, I think I have the Google document up. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure I played like 3 or 4 games in X rank of Urchin, and I think, okay, I played Urchin since then, but I'm pretty sure of all the Urchin games, like 3 or however many, 3 or 4, I think I lost all of them, which was really heartbreaking in my opinion. It didn't feel really good that I couldn't even conquer Urchin once in X rank. It just felt very tough, and I remember that it was really rough for me because it reminded me of when I was losing a lot on Flounder and I just didn't understand why. And then at that point I ended up just kind of running away from it, or just being like, I can't do this right now. And it was really tough for like the next few months, because I kind of got burned out from doing streaming, doing X rank. It didn't feel very good, and I didn't really know what to do at that point, and I had to do a lot of soul searching for a bit. And I guess, okay, that's a whole nother thing, but needless to say, what I ended up doing this time, instead of being like, wow, I'm losing a lot on Urchin, I was like, all right, I think I mentioned this before, but it's like, how, it's not, dang, I'm losing a lot on Urchin, I guess it's time to really take another break and, like, you know, wait for next season. There's always next season type of thing. But it was really just this time I was like, okay, I'm very determined right now. What did I do wrong in Urchin? How can I stop losing? Like, what can I do better so that I can, next time Urchin comes up, I can conquer this? And that's where the VOD review came in. I ended up VOD reviewing exactly what exactly I was trying to do, like what I did. I'm pretty sure like the biggest things to take away from it was that I just kind of, a lot of times I kind of just tunneled on one enemy and I didn't focus on the bigger picture. I think that's one thing that I struggle a lot with in Splatoon, is that as someone that's aggro, I don't look back a lot. I do a lot of just like, I see me see enemy, me go kill enemy, splat enemy, but it's not always about that. Sometimes you have to know what are the smart fights to take, and like what the status of your teammates are, because at the end of the day, Splatoon is a team-based game, so it's important to know the status of what's going on in the game and what's the most optimal move to do. And I think that's what separates a good player from a great player, is just that that extra layer of game awareness. I really want to work on getting that, and I have some ideas in mind that I want to like test out maybe in the coming weeks to try to practice that habit, because I know that's definitely a habit that's gonna be hard to, you know, learn. But we're gonna take it a day at a time, and at least I know that's what I need to do for next time. So yeah, it was really helpful to VOD review it, because I knew, I'd say I'm pretty decent at knowing what I do wrong once I see it, like from an overhead point of view. So yeah, that was really good. Day 9 was a child. This one was a little bit rough too. I remember I woke up that day and I was like, oh wow, I feel terrible. Like I was literally just like, I am just not feeling it today. Like whatever plans I had for that day, whether it was playing, streaming, editing, I don't know, whatever I had for that day, I was like, I just don't want to do it. And like I was like, no way I'm already getting burnout, like from like I was like, it's been 9 days, there's just no way. But what I ended up doing was remembering a post that Basil on Team Moonlight currently posted, where they said, like, treat yourself like a child, like go treat yourself, go do this and that, like spoil yourself type of thing. And I was like, you know what, I think today is one of these days where I think I went a whole 8 days like hard grinding, making a video, doing this and that, like grinding Splatoon. I was like, I went hard. Like I don't know if any of y'all have a similar experience. Feel free to leave a comment on it if you do. But it's like the whole thing of just like when you do something like 100%, like when you like grind something really hard, really like work on it, and when you didn't work on it before, it's a big change, and I think it makes a big difference in my opinion. And I feel like that tends to really burn people out, because your body, you know, I think I said it in the short, your body's not a machine, so like it takes a bit to get used to, and my body definitely was not used to going from like taking a long break from Splatoon to just all of a sudden doing everything Splatoon. Not everything, but you know, really putting a lot of time into it. So I think that was just like a sign where I was like, okay, let's take it easy today. Let's calm down. Let's just chill out today. And it really did help me. I got in a way better mental state from that point on, and I was able to just keep grinding. It really just takes, sometimes it just takes that day where you just do nothing and just really remind yourself that you're doing awesome to get yourself back up. I think it's really important that, like, even though you don't feel productive for the day, not doing anything can also be just as productive in a way where it's like it's helping you. Like, you being productive helps, you know, the project, but you can't help the project if you can't help yourself. If you yourself are struggling, then nothing's gonna get done with the project. So it's just as important to help yourself than it is to work on the project and grind. So it's still part of productivity when you take breaks and, you know, take the time to really take care of yourself. So yeah, I thought that was a really important one, and I hope that people, including myself, you know, keep that in mind whenever they're doing their journey. Hopefully just remembering that it's important to make sure that self-care is involved in long grinds like this, or long goals like this, where it's not about getting there as fast as you can. It's about making sure that you're doing the journey healthily and taking the correct steps forward. So yeah, I think that was a really good one. I feel really good about that short, high key. And then I remember, day 10 of 118. It was Urchin Underpass. All of the maps it could have been. Like, it literally feels like, you know, what is it? I felt like the protagonist of like an anime, where I was like, oh my gosh, I was losing on Urchin, and then I had my you know, my sad arc, or not sad arc, but like, you know, recovery arc, where I needed to like take a break and reassess everything. And then it was like the next day, it's time, it's Urchin, it's back, the big boss. And then I went to go practice it, and I felt a lot better on it. I felt really good. It was a really good time. I felt like I really understood. I took different routes. Like, I was just, you know, experimenting things with Urchin, and it felt really good, because I felt like it's almost like a meeting, like, it's like getting to know a person, and like having like the conversation, and you're like, oh, I didn't know that about you. Like, it's like, oh, that's really cool. I actually think you're a pretty cool person. That was me with Urchin Underpass. I was like playing the game, and I was like, wow, this actually has like a lot of good flank points and a lot of like things that the roller can like thrive in really well. I just didn't realize it because I was so focused on winning in X rank. But now that I played it, I was like, oh, oh shoot, there's like a lot of things I can do with this. This is so epic. So it was really cool to feel that I got a lot, like, after taking a break, I felt like the mental reset really helped me understand what I needed to do next for Urchin. And yeah, I was very proud of myself for that day. I felt like I really bounced back from that X rank game. And I'm hoping that next time if I see Urchin on X rank again, I'm gonna take this in with me. I'm gonna take that information in with me and do better. But I guess only time will tell. But no matter what, I felt very proud of that day of learning things, cracking the code in Urchin. Before I go on to day 11, I did want to check in with everyone, make sure everyone's doing okay right now. If you are watching this and intently listening, I advise you to take a quick breather and get some water. I have my energy drink and water with me right now, so I'm gonna take a quick swig. So feel free to take one with me. Stay hydrated. Yep. And also remind yourself that you are very epic. You are a very amazing person, and even on days that it doesn't feel like you're getting a lot done, just know that you are doing amazing right now, and everything is part of the process. You're doing great right now, and wherever you are in your journey, I hope nothing but the best for you, and that your endeavors are nothing but successful. But yeah, anyways, down to day 11. Finding fun incentives. I forgot what I had to do that day, but I was very busy this day, I think. And oh right, I had a lot to do that day, like IRL wise. So I didn't have a lot of time to do a lot of things. So this was one of those days where it's like I had to figure out how to be productive on the road, or on the, like, while I was out here, just putting a little bit of time into Splatoon today, even though I couldn't get on the game. And I remembered how much I enjoyed doing gear building. I love making gear. It's so fun. That's one of the things I really fell in love with when it came to Splatoon, especially since Splatoon 1, of just making gear, of just like being like, whoa, my inkling, look at my fit, and then plus look at my gear, it fits it perfectly. It felt so nice, and I carried that into Splatoon 2. I made a lot of gear builds. With the lack of Splatoon 2 I played, I've made a lot of gear builds for that. And then in Splatoon 3, especially with the new system of like ability chunks and like not ability chunks, but like with like different things. Like I forgot what they added in Splatoon 3. They added chunks and they added something else. Well, they didn't add chunks because chunks were in Splatoon 2, but they added the ability to use chunks to make new main gear abilities, so that literally any single piece of gear can be any main ability. I thought that was really cool. So like I got to use the squash headband a lot more. I got to use my Tenetic gear. Like I get to really be creative and really make gear my own and make it look like how I want it to look. And I think that's really cool. I could literally gush about gear all day, and I'm not gonna do it in this video, but I basically, with all that to say, I was like, that's where a lot of my fun comes from with Splatoon, and doing that making that part of my journey, I think is really helpful. And where it's like, it's not just like I gotta get back on the X rank grind. I'm not doing anything unless I do X rank grind. Like making gear is part of the journey, and making gear what makes me happy it makes me happy when playing this game. And it also helps me in X rank because I can get specific builds for specific maps. So I'm not like locked in on one single playstyle. I think that's really cool. So not only do I have X rank that I can fall back on, but I can also make some gear abilities along the way, enjoy that, and then it's gonna feel like the 118 days are way more digestible because I'm doing way more things and have way more things that I enjoy than just, X rank grinding and like going hard every single time, So yeah, that was Finding Fun Incentives was the title of it. So it's just like, it's always important to remember, try to find the fun in your journey, because that is what I think will carry not only myself but anyone that goes on a journey. That will carry them to the end, is trying to have fun along the way and trying to really indulge and enjoy yourself throughout the journey. So yeah, that was good. I was building my Splat decks. This one was I had something to do again that day, for most of the day. But I think like I was supposed to do stuff at like, what is it, 8 a.m. So I was gonna, but then like, so I fell asleep early, but then my body woke me up at like 6 a.m. and I was like, okay, I was like, I think this is one of those waking ups where I'm not gonna be able to go back to sleep. So I was like, what's the rotation? What are the odds it's like tower control? And like literally it was tower control, and I was like, no flipping way. I was like, this is so epic. And I think it was Flounder and, no, that wasn't Flounder. It was Humpback and something else. I already forgot. It was Humpback and something else, but like I got to do stuff for my spreadsheet, and I was like, you know, I haven't even like explained what my spreadsheet was. So I got to explain my spreadsheet and like talk about like the notes on it, and like the wins and losses, like the type, how I'm like organizing it. And I think the spreadsheet is going to be really helpful for me comparatively to when I tried to grind X rank before, because it's really gonna, I tend to forget very often how to do things on maps because I don't play the game as often as I want to, and I don't absorb as much information. I kind of just go based off of instinct. But having this information written out for me, next time I see like a map that I have written down, I can just refer to the notes and be like, oh yeah, I forgot that this worked and like this kind of gear worked, this didn't work. Like I'll know what like the optimal strat is. It's like, it feels like, to put the best analogy, it's like putting like down a save file in like an RPG game, and you're just like, oh yeah, okay, we're back here, we didn't lose any progress, like I didn't forget anything, I'm still where I am. I think this is what it feels like. The spreadsheet's very helpful in that way, and it helps me stay organized as well. So yeah, really happy about that. Okay, I think, all right, day 13. This is when I first started making my gear for opening Gambit, Ninja Squid, and Stealth Jump. This was a good one, actually. I had fun making this. I was like on my what is it called, my Nintendo Switch Online app, and I was just kind of sifting through gear, and I was also on my Switch and just being like, what looks good for me? And I really liked how the earring looked, and then I always wanted to wear the ninja suit. I just really like how the ninja suit looks. And then I liked the Navy Imperials. I really liked the black sleekness of it. And then putting it on my face, I was like, this looks really cool. So I was like, yeah, let's do that. And then I went on SenduQ, oh, not SenduQ. I went on Sendu.inc, and I made a build and made sure I had 4 subs of quick super jump. I made sure I had 4 subs of swim speed, and then I think at least sub resistance and ink res. Just made sure I had all of those, and obviously Ninja Squid and Stealth Jump and opening Gambit. Like, those were really important. I took a lot of inspiration from Edori, the top Japanese roller player. So I think that's what I'm basing my build off of, and I'm really hoping that it works out, because there's a lot of maps I think that would benefit a lot from Ninja Squid. I just need to be able to be fast with it if it runs out, and then also be able to jump out pretty fast as well. So I think this build's gonna really help out when I finish it. But yeah, I think, yeah, and that's that for that. And then learning from tourneys is my last one. I played in SOS 201 on that Wednesday, and honestly, I felt pretty okay about it. I think there was just things that I could have done better, and then there were things that were out of my control. But it was good to mention that, like, I could have, like, even though there are things that are out of my control, like, I mean, like, complaining about it, like, you know, if that helps people, that helps people. But for me personally, I really want to make sure that I keep in mind, like, what are the things that are in my control that I can help with, because the only thing I can really control for next time is, or the only thing I can change for next time is things I can control. It's not like for example, like the Discord lag and like the my team not being, you know, readily available due to IRL activities. Like, it's just like I can't control when that happens. So blaming that can only take me so far, and it's not really going to help me improve as a player. So it's more of just like, okay, what did I do that I can just do better next time, so that if some kind of inconvenience happens again, whether it's the same thing or it's a different inconvenience, what can I do so it minimizes the amount of mistakes I can make? And that's by changing the things that are in my control. So I think I mentioned that I did the same thing again, where I would tunnel a lot on getting a pick, or I'd feel like I have to get a kill to win. but I didn't really communicate well with my teammates, I feel like, about where I was going to push or where we should push, taking different angles in that way, trying to preserve my life. So I feel like I can really work on that for next time. I think that's just like a game-wide thing for me. I just need to really be a lot more game aware and just be like, and stop and think about the whole game instead of just what do, like, I see enemy, I go splat. Like, I gotta really just understand what to do next. So that's gonna be quite the journey for me, trying to learn that, because I've been playing like this for so long, just kind of relying on my mechanics and just like playing fast and like you know, things like that. And I think this is just one extra step to my, I guess, evolution, if you will, Pokemon reference, Pokemon mention. But yeah, this will just be something I gotta learn, and I'm willing to take this on, and I want to get better at it, and I hope I do. But yeah, I think that's it for that week. I think right now I'm working on my next short for gear building, but we can talk about that in the week 3. But yeah, I think that's it for that. Nice, under 20 minutes, we'll take that. Admittedly, I didn't have a lot of time to record this, so I'm sorry if I rushed a couple things. And I also wanted to answer I screenshotted a couple questions that people asked me throughout the week, and I wanted to answer them, but I'll probably end up doing that next week. So if anyone has any questions or like wants to say something to me, I'll be sure to mention it next video. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you all so much for watching the hopefully shorter video, and I can't wait to see y'all next week and see what happens. I'm probably gonna post some Blue Sky, so feel free to drop a follow and or subscribe, and wish me luck on this journey. See ya.